Welcome back, everyone. Sorry about that. We had a random crash. Apparently, they have XSplit and Chrome and Roll20 and your local recording, and you're sending projection out, and you try to open Photoshop. It usually is fine. But this time the PC was like, hold the fuck on, okay? That's too much shit happening.
I just can't.
Yeah, I just can't right now.
All bow before Photoshop.
Yeah, I just can't right now. So, anyways, we're just going to count that as our break. And we'll just go for the next 2 hours and ish, 20, 25 minutes, 30 minutes, something like that. So,
I don't know if I could do it. I need the
yeah,
my body clock.
it's true. Your body clock is screwed. That's true.
So,
Let me hear your body clock.
Guys, we'll do the thing that TV shows do, and we'll just roll it back like a couple of seconds. So we fade in on the group standing before this repurposed shrine or temple. All of its holy symbols, its feng shui, its arcana accoutrement have been torn from its surface, and it's been repurposed as a dark incense cloud kind of drifting from it hovel in which the lore speaker of the Red Hand dwells. And so we see the group of you standing, mostly Kalimat and Berg standing near the front, Ramus a little further back, Yoji barely visible at the edge of the frame out at the back of it, standing with guard Aj. And when we hear Kalimat saying, "Oh, I assure you he is," and the guard says, "We shall see." And he reaches up and he pulls aside the curtain, and he looks to you, Berg, and he says, "The dark beyond is for those of the blood only. Your friends cannot go." He gestures with his head. "The lore speaker awaits."
Berg just nods and then walks through.
Okay. All right. So Berg, you walk out into darkness, essentially. It's hot, and it smells very strongly of strange, not even incense, but like incense and like burnt wood. There's a hint of like meat, kind of like cooked meat smell in the air. And as your vision adjusts, you see a single crowded room. The room is maybe like 40 by 40, and it is cluttered with broken pieces of furniture. It's cluttered with like weapons, like there are broken swords. There are shields and spears, all damaged and scattered in a intentional pile kind of around the outside edge of the room, bordering the edge of the room. So piled up, there's all these kind of ruined objects. Your eyes water a little bit at the heat and the smoke in the room. And dimly glowing at the back, near the back, you can see another one of these iron braziers glowing with coals. There is a figure cloaked, hunched over the brazier, and you see it reach over next to it and pick something up and crumble it into the brazier, and the smell of burnt wood kind of wafts stronger to you. What do you do?
Berg just kind of looks around at the room in general, the assorted, crumbled stuff, and then back to the guy and just kind of waits, like, all right, I'm here,
Mm-hmm. So the orc looks up, and you see their face. This orc has a long white beard hanging down, and it's all like matted and tied with string and little bits of bone, objects kind of like tied into his beard and mustache. The orc is missing an eye, but there's no battle scar. There's no line over it. The eye is just an empty socket. And this orc is ancient. This orc is like probably like the oldest orc you've ever seen. Certainly, orcs don't tend to live a long time. And this one-eyed orc is like hunched over the brazier and looks up, and with a long red. And this orc's hand is like tattooed red, like all of the skin. Is that he gestures with long nails, like for you to come closer.
Yeah, I was gonna ask too if his arm was red or hand was red. Alrighty, yeah.
Yeah.
Berg slowly walks forward.
Okay. So you come forward, and as you get closer, the orc lifts himself up, and he's hunched over, and he's like small for an orc. Like even if you were standing at full height, he probably wouldn't break 5 feet. He's wizened, but it's not that either. His shoulders are broader than you would normally see on an orc. He has like a bit of a gut to him. And yeah, his beard is just like long and thick. Like orcs grow like mustaches relatively easily. Some orcs can grow like big beards, but this is rare. He's got like this huge, like gnarly beard that goes down when he stands up, goes down to his waist. And he looks up at you with his one good eye. And he squints, and he just stares at you.
So, do I talk first? I guess I talk first.
Berg's just like staring at him, and kind of looks at his beard, like
Big beard. Hmm.
Yes. I inherited it from my mother. We've been waiting a long time for you, Berg. Longer than you can know.
Why?
You might be the answer to a question. You might be the beginning of a chapter. Or you might just be a boy with bad luck.
I am no boy.
That's what you think. That's what you think, Berg. I've been watching you. You've lost so much. Many of us would have given up by now. Why haven't you?
And I'll lose more too, I bet.
Perhaps. Perhaps not. One's destiny is a shadowy thing. Less clear than these humans might think. You have questions of your own to answer. Maybe I can help you. Messiah or no, you're one of ours.
I am no messiah.
That's what they all say.
I push forward. I endure. I survive. I don't know why. But
Because
I
you
do.
must. What alternative is there? Giving up is not your strong suit, nor any of ours, I think. What do you know about the myths of your people, Berg? What do you know about our heroes?
Stories. Stories barely remembered. Told to me when I was very small. More like dreams at this point.
That is the one thing we must not let them take from us. Freedom, a limb here or there. But our history, our tales, that is where being an orc lives. Not in the blood, the meager flesh. story.
Are
There's
you?
one. And he just like barrels over whatever you say. He's like, there is one called the Destructor, a saint of chaos, one who destroys all that in his path. Does this sound familiar?
No.
And he shakes his head. Look around you. Every obstacle you meet, you reduce it to rubble. Every enemy, broken. Every foe, everyone who's ever crossed you, dead. Their organs spilt on the ground. Everyone you encounter, you make into meat. Even friends. People who rely on you. People who trust you, they fall. You think this is a curse. You suffer for it.
It sure isn't a blessing.
The world is not so easily sorted into good and bad, blessings and curses. It simply is. We live, we do, and we die. Well, some of us. There are those in the hand who believe you are this generation's coming of the Destructor. That you are here, along with this cataclysm, to free us, kill our foes. What do you think? Have you come to save us, Berg?
I don't know. I am Berg. I keep moving forward. I go where I'm needed. Help if I can. And lose. Sometimes. But I always remain. I don't know why.
There will be a test. I will consult the oracles as to its nature. But there will come a test. You cannot leave this place until after it is done. There will be blood, and there will be suffering. But in the end, we will know if you are he.
What sort of test?
It'd be cheating if I let you know that now. Besides, I don't know. And he waves a bony hand at the door, and he says, "Go. Aj will find you and your friends a place to sleep. I will consult the spirits. When I know what is to be done, I will send for you."
And why should I trust you? Because you're old? Not enough.
No one said anything about trust, Berg. What choice do you have?
You know what I do. There is always a choice.
Well, if you've come here to destroy us, then so be it. It wouldn't be proving us wrong.
Hmm. Who are you?
Just an old abomination.
So, we may rest here.
Yes, of course. You and your friends are welcome for the time being. We shall see what the spirits say.
Or just like looks at him a little bit more to see if there's anything else. He's just like spitting
Yeah.
at him. And kind of
Yeah,
eyeing
and
his
he-
beard again more, like
he
his beard and
He
just
just
like his
waved you
side.
away, like, come on, get out of here. I got old wizard shit to do.
I gotta grow my fingernails some more. Hold on.
Yeah, exactly.
And Berg
Yeah,
just
so he
like,
just kind of waves and he
Yeah.
says, "Go."
all right. Berg takes a second more looking at him, and then just starts to turn around and go.
All right. So meanwhile, Kalimat, Yoji, and Ramus, you were outside, and now that Berg isn't with you, you're getting a lot of like the people who have gathered to kind of be like, "Ooh, is this the Messiah? What's going to happen?" They're all looking at you curiously, like, "Who are these weird outsiders?" The older ones are kind of glaring at you, Ramus, you particularly. No one really seems to make much of Yoji. You don't see anyone like staring at him. But Ramus and Kalimat are both getting a lot of orc eyes on them.
And I love it. I love all the attention, and I want to have them. Like, I look at them. Would you like to hear a story about Berg from experience? For I have
Like-
a tale to tell, and I start going into this performance, and I tell
Yeah,
them
one
about
One
okay.
of the kids, when you say that, like, would you like to hear a story? One of the kids is like, yeah, and then their mom's like, shut up, stop, no, we're leaving, go away, don't talk to the weird blue thing. But yeah, you have a crowd, and they're waiting here to see what happens when Berg comes out, but they'll listen to what you tell them.
Yeah, and
So what kind of story do you tell about Berg?
I tell them the story of I don't use specifics, like I don't say like the Temple of the Sun, but I use flourishy words like we were in an archive, ancient. Describe the smells to them. It was musty, dirty, and we happened to and I don't mention Salihafa. I just say that Berg and I happened upon an old god. And this god was terrible and mighty, and I just embellished this story about how he killed Berg
killed him
killed the
single-handed.
god. Yes, and I was there, and I tried to help, and I was too weak to help him. But Berg, with his mighty, now is it a hammer or a mace? I forget.
I mean, it's like a big crystal on the end of a stick, so you could call it a maul, a hammer, or a mace, and no one would contradict you.
Okay. With his mighty maul, crushed the tiny god in front of my eyes, and I wept. I wept tears of fear and joy, for he had saved my life. Berg of the fiery arm, Berg the undying.
As he's telling a story, I'm making the lights flicker dramatically to what he's saying, and like if he says something dramatic, I make the lights go bright and then dim, and trying to enhance his story.
When I see you do that, I immediately look at you and I wink. Like, yeah, thanks. That's awesome.
Okay, so Berg, while you're inside, outside, R2 and 3PO are making you look real good.
Right.
Chimney Chidu. So yeah, make a performance check with advantage. From Ramus's.
Jeez.
It's not your best one. You get the
Not
kids,
great.
the adults. The adults are just kind of like scowling at you, like you tell tales, outsider.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, you keep their attention at least, for now. And yeah, I think that as you're sort of finishing the story, what does it look like, Berg, when you come back from the from inside?
Yeah, Berg like comes through was it like kind of like a tent? Is that what it was that I was in?
It's a building. It's a repurposed building.
Okay.
But there's like
All
a
right.
tent.
Berg comes through the entrance and just kind of like takes a step, like looks back, like kind of quizzically, and then just walks forward and looks at Ramus and probably catches him towards the end or right after or something like that. Yeah, and then just starts walking forward, cocking like an eyebrow, like.
And as you walk out, I immediately silence myself and just bow my head to you and move back to let you have the way.
Okay.
Carly, stop that.
Of course, I will stop immediately.
How shall we fuck off, oh lord? So Aj is waiting there, and he looks at you, Berg, like, well, what happened?
Talking to the spirits. That's what he said. We are to stay here.
And he's nodding as he's speaking. He says, "These things take time. We will find lodging for you and your friends until the matter of your divinity can be worked out. This way." And I think rather than like, and then he takes you here, and then this happens, and this happens. We just cut to sometime later. The group of you are in a obviously it used to be a human like home. You're up on a second floor. There's like furniture drag marks on the floor. There's evidence that the window is broken and it's been boarded over, but the interior has been cleaned out. And they put some places where you can rest. There's some beds in here. And the group of you are sitting. You're sitting at a table that they've set up for you. And like, has somebody made food? Are you eating rations? Like, what is the scene like? We fade over to it. You have like a little house that's been given to you for now.
If they didn't provide us food, then we're probably just eating rations.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Well, I'm gonna go check out that fucking bread for sure.
Right, so everybody settles in, and Kalimat's like, "I'm gonna go explore."
Yeah.
Okay.
I think Berg's
Right.
probably sitting in there, like pondering what just happened, and just like all the information that the old orc gave to him while he's like eating some shitty rations.
Okay. Has anybody asked Berg, like, what did you see? What happened? Or are you letting him kind of stew?
I think I've given him enough shit. I'm not gonna like prod him anymore.
Yeah, I'm just letting him stew. I haven't
So,
actually said a
Berg.
single thing since we've entered the camp.
Mm-hmm.
What happened in there, Berg?
What do you think happened?
I don't know. You went into a dark cave with some orc shaman thing. I don't know what happened. Did he like rub butt juice on you or something? I don't know what they do.
Yes, Ramus. He rubbed butt juice on me.
That
Would you
probably
like to
gets a
smell?
subtle laugh out of me. Yeah.
Smell the holy butt juice, Ramus.
Berg like pretends to get up, like he's like, "You want to sniff?" And then just like leans back.
No, I'm
back
good.
to
I'm
where he
good.
was.
Good. So, like, did they think you're a god or what?
Everyone else seems to. Some. Not sure. He said,
What did he call me? The there's like the tale of the Destructor.
The
I can
Destructor,
remember
yeah.
his- Yeah. Yeah. So he says that,
The Orcish word for what? So the Destructor is a literal translation into Common from Orcish. The Orcish word is Ilnaval, but it means like he who destroys, or the destroyer, Destructor. Yeah.
Berg says that to him.
called me Ilnaval, Destructor. One who will guide them on another chapter. Doesn't sound like me.
I don't know, Berg. A warrior that travels through the world, destroying the things that need to be destroyed. This sounds awfully familiar to me. Sounds like a servant of the tower to me.
I destroy things when I must. It's not all I do.
Isn't it, Berg?
Maybe.
After like he considers it, he's like thinking back. He's like, "There's been a lot of destruction lately."
I've destroyed things here and there.
Well, I don't know that I'm that. The old, weird-looking orc. Long beard. Too long for an orc. He's talking to the spirits.
Kind of does like air quotes.
Mhm.
Well, if you get enough of the mushrooms those shamans like to eat, you see a lot of spirits. But you gotta admit, there's a little bit of truth already into what he said about you. Are they gonna like test you in some way or something?
Yeah, he did mention a test. I don't know what kind. Said we aren't allowed to leave.
Well, you
After
better
resting
pass this.
unit.
You better pass this test, or none of us may leave.
No, we'll leave. Or we'll die. Just like usual.
Or you'll destroy the whole place.
I didn't say that.
Ramus
didn't
is
have
very familiar with the kinds of traps that organized and disorganized religions set up to make sure that people follow their rules. So I love that you're like, what are you gonna do, Berg? Destructorize the whole place. Like, you're just playing right along with the old man. Like it's the same act. It's so good.
Yeah, from the stranger to the one that knows Berg well.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think, Ramus? Am I special?
You're definitely special. The gods themselves have an interest in you. Well, at least their servants. Not just the orc ones, but also the arcana. Something is different about you. Whether you're this thing they come up with. You're definitely something. There's something unique about you. That's why I like you, Berg. You're different.
You too, soulless one.
I'm coming up with a more clever title, but yes, something like that.
Kali, how about you? Telling big tales of mighty Berg, I heard.
Indeed. It's what I do. Tell tales, singer of songs. For any audience who's willing to listen, and they seem to be rather infatuated with you.
All
Just fanning the
truth.
flames.
I'm sure it was all truth.
Oh, it would make for a very boring story if it was all truth. I took some artistic
You lied.
liberties. No. Exaggerated. Completely different thing.
Do not lie about me, Kali.
I wouldn't dream of it. But some people look at a leaf and see the beauty of nature, everything working in harmony, and some people see it as just a leaf. I show them the beauty of Berg, not just an orc. More than that. You see what I'm saying?
No.
Smaller words.
If you look at a mountain, one person will say that's big. One person will say it's huge. One person will say it's gargantuan. They all mean basically the same thing, but some of the words are more pleasant when used in a story. How about that? Do you understand that?
Yes.
That's all I do.
I don't know what gargantuan means.
It's just big, but really big.
Why not just say big? Shorter.
Because you're not a storyteller, and that's what storytellers do. They use different words than the average person to lend a little bit of artistry to the spoken word.
That's what they're doing here, then. Adding more to where something may not have.
Yes, Berg. Now you're getting it.
So well,
I'm
the two of
tired.
them. Well, the two of them are having this conversation. Yoji, can I get you to roll a perception check for me?
Sure. 18.
18, nice. Okay. So yeah, you notice the three of them are talking and eating their rations and stuff. And like Kalimat and Berg, you're kind of getting the measure of them, right? Figuring out kind of what they're about and this Ramus guy. But something is off about Ramus. Like you find yourself kind of doing that, like you're staring at him, trying to figure it out. Like something not right about this guy. Like he looks sick. Like his skin is kind of sallow and like the like whites of his eyes are like a little grayish. Yeah, he looks, you've seen like animals that have gotten like weird illnesses that look like Ramus. There's definitely something wrong with him.
Okay.
And either he knows about it and isn't saying anything, or like they've all discussed it already, or he doesn't know he's sick. But he smells off to you.
Okay. Is he far enough from the other two where we could have a private conversation or no?
Sure. Yeah. I mean, if you want to.
Okay. I think I walk up to you, Ramus, and take my mask off from slip the leather strap from behind my head, take it off. Priest, you doing okay?
Do I feel fine, Adam? Like, do I feel normal?
Now that he mentions it, no, not really. You feel a little lightheaded and like kind of got like a bit of a brick in your belly. Like the rations aren't sitting right. Something feels off.
Now that you mention it, don't feel great.
You don't
Must
look
be the
great.
air down here.
Well, no, that's a bad thing to say because we'd all be sick too. So, what? Did you touch any of those creatures in that fight, or rather, did they touch you?
This big corpse flower thing, like, got all up in my business and smelled horrible, but I managed to hold it in and get away from it. I don't know. Maybe I got something from that.
No, don't take this the wrong way, but where'd it touch you?
It just there's this
Show me up the
aura.
character sheet.
Just this aura of nasty air around it, and I kind of breathed it in and nearly vomited.
You should probably lie down. You don't look too good.
Yeah, something does feel off. I don't.
Yeah, they've set up some beds for you, and I mean you've been traveling all day and you're in a big fight. So, do you want to go and rest?
Yeah, I think I'll go lie down. Not
So
feeling
Ramus
too
gets
hot.
up. Ramus gets up from the table, and when you stand, you suddenly feel like dizzy. Like the room is like 30 feet away, and you're somewhere else, and you feel like sweaty. And Yoji, you see Ramus's eyes kind of like blink hard a couple of times. He looks like he's gonna pass out. Dan, can you make a con save?
22.
Okay, all right. It passes. I don't know. Yoji, do you go to like make sure he doesn't fall or anything?
I kick a chair over to him so that it kind of hits him behind
Right,
the
you
knees.
give him
and he
something to like
falls.
lean on.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So Ramus, you feel the nausea and the dizziness like pass. What does that look like from the outside? What do we see?
Just think I'm about to faint. I just like I grab onto the chair, like brace myself because I feel like I was about to fall over. And managed to hold it in, like whatever was about to happen. Whoa. I am not feeling very good.
Yeah, maybe you should ask a god for some help. I can't do anything to help you there, but I'm sure you got some solutions.
Well, let me. I don't know what it is. I guess I would try to examine myself to see if I can get symptoms of what I have, like jotting with using medicine to like figure out like if I have a disease or if I'm sick or.
Yeah. Yeah, make a medicine check.
And I'll use guidance for this as well.
Ooh,
We got 23.
26.
26.
Yeah, I mean you're maybe a little paler than usual. Your veins are kind of sticking out more than they would otherwise. And yeah, you're losing a bit of like coloration, like the whites of your eyes are a little dull. So you definitely feel like sick. And when you take a second to like look yourself over, yeah, there's something up, something's wrong, but you couldn't place your like finger on exactly what it is. You just have like a general malaise. And yeah, by the end of it, like, you know, doing the test to see what's wrong, that exhausts you a little bit, and you like end up just sitting on your bed, in your like underclothes, kind of like breathing hard, just feeling like kind of just worn out. But whatever it is, I mean, you got like 26, and it's definitely not like a mundane sickness. If you had like whatever something I could tell you about, I would tell you. There's something else going on.
I feel horrible. I don't think it's just like a bug. I think this could be magical. It could be a spell or something. God, I wish that wizard was here. Thinking of Sully. Do any of you are familiar with magic or with spells? Could examine me.
I mean, I could take a look, but I'm not going to promise anything.
Berg, the creeping suspicion that you may have used the death curse on your friend by accident lurks in the back of your mind that maybe this is your fault.
Yeah, Berg's just kind of like still kind of eating his rations. Like,
Did I hear Kali and Berg's conversation where they said Ramus didn't have a soul? Was I privy to that?
I mean, they've been pretty open about it. It could just be an insult, right? Like telling someone that they're a soulless monster.
yeah, there's not
Could be just
necessarily clarification on that. It could just be an
the
insult.
way they pal around. You heard them mention it, but it wouldn't be the thing that you would necessarily take seriously, right? It'd be like calling someone spineless. Like you don't literally not have a spine.
Right. Yeah, if you want to lay down, I could see what I can discern, but I'm not going to promise anything like I said.
Is anything would help. I just feeling too tired to do it myself right now.
Yeah, no, that's fine.
Did you say? Do you have any wounds? Did you say?
No,
Any
I
cuts?
didn't. Just a scar from the priest that hit me with some necrotic energy, but I've felt that before in my life. This isn't anything from that.
Yeah, if you got sick every time you got hit with a burst of necrotic energy, man, you would have died a long time ago.
Yeah.
Ramus. Did I
Here it comes.
do?
That's all he says.
Yeah, I just kind of like you don't even want to say it in case it might be true.
Yeah, because he kind of like looks at the others like,
Did you do what, Berg? What are you talking about?
No, that was a joke, Berg. You can't cast magic.
Good.
Oh.
I mean, not good that you're feeling bad.
Oh, so while we weren't listening, Ramus fed Berg a vial of piss, I see.
But it was really funny at the time.
Well, he's a priest.
Can't you
after
heal
all.
yourself?
I can try. Let me try something. Ugh.
Okay. So you
Curse.
you cast the spell to remove curse. You don't feel any different after you've cast it.
It,
Said the words, and the magic happened. Sparkling and
nothing. Wasn't it? I don't think it was a curse or the Mara.
did you, Yoji? Did you want to make an Arcana roll? Did you want to look at him, or do you have another skill you wanted to use?
Yeah, I'll use.
I'm gonna go
Arcana.
fetch a medicine man or woman, whatever they have here. I'm going to find someone who might know anything about this.
Mhm.
So I take off and I'll start asking around
Okay.
after this, whatever they do.
All right. So Yoji, so you're gonna do like a little like some basic tests of Ramus's chi and his sort of like aura, his feng shui, like analyze him with the protocols of as if you were looking at an enchanted item.
Right.
Okay, so there's a series of things that you can do that involve like if we saw someone doing this in our world, we would be like, what is this quackery? Because magic isn't real here. But in the world of Court of Swords, it's true. So like, taking a pendulum and holding it still and watching which way it swings near the person. Various other, like how a candle flame moves when you move it by them. Various kinds of things to check like the strength of their aura, that sort of thing. So like none of them work, and not like you do them wrong, but like you get nothing. You get nothing from them. There is no result. It's like looking at a compass and the needle is just spinning. Even a very basic test to determine his like birth sign, which anyone can do.
Right.
It basically allows you to know if someone is like what alignment they have. If they allow you into that space, it doesn't work. The reason being is so Dan, if you could just open your character sheet and whatever it says in alignment, just delete it. Just clear that. Because you don't have one anymore. Yeah, it's like he doesn't exist. It's like you're doing these same tests on like a brick wall.
Okay. So I finish and I look. That wasn't a joke, was it? I don't know how, but you don't seem to have a soul. That's a question, by the way. That doesn't make any sense when I say it, but
I don't have a soul. What? How does that even mean? What are you talking about?
I heard your
How
friends
can one
talking.
not have a soul?
Ramus, you're a shitty liar. I heard your friends talking. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that. I just don't understand it. But all this happening right now might be why. How long have you been like this? Not this, but the other this.
Years.
Huh. I don't know why it would just happen now, unless you pissed off the wrong person.
Say that again.
If you pissed off someone from up above with your whole priest thing. Maybe they decided to, I don't know, do something about it.
Oh, really?
Now, I'm just saying things. I don't have any basis for any of this, so be careful.
Find me some candles.
This is always
need to
how
do
it starts. I started looking around the room, trying to find
I
some
need
candles.
candles.
All right, so you're gonna try to gather together some stuff. for
Yes.
a ritual of some kind. Okay. All right. So while that's happening, Kalimat, you go out into the streets. And where do you go? What do you do?
I asked the nearest orc that looks like they're not busy or doing anything. Stop them. Excuse me, my friend is very sick. Do you have someone who is gifted in the ways of medicine or the like? A shaman?
Make a charisma save.
Okay.
Okay.
12.
So you come out and you like go up to a random guy, and
Mhm.
he's like minding his kids, and you stop him, and he's kind of surprised that you speak Orcish and you're talking to him. And he gets you to like repeat yourself a couple of times, and then he nods, and he says, "You shouldn't be out here." He's saying this in common, by yourself. It's not safe for you. He like pats you on the shoulder with an enormous hand.
And I say back in Orcish, I can speak in this language if it's easier for you. I just need medicine for my friend. That's all. I will return and stay put. But it's an emergency.
Medicine. So he switches to Orcish. You understand me? Good. Understand this. Medicine is hard to come by these days. We don't exactly have access to merchants.
I
You
understand.
have gold? Something to trade?
I have valuables. Yes.
Show me.
I take out a gold piece, and then I make it disappear.
Yeah, when you take it out, he reaches for it. Do you want to magic it away? Magic.
Yeah. A sleight of hand. Just
Okay. Make a sleight of hand check. Ooh, not so
he
quick.
might be faster than me.
Let's see. Yeah,
Man, I'm really fucking up the shit I'm good at.
he snatches it out of your hand. So he snaps it and he takes it and he says, "This one is for bothering me." He tucks it into his pocket and he says, "You can give me more when we find you your medicine. No one has to die. Come on." And he
Fair
puts
enough.
his hand on your back and kind of pushes you along.
All right.
So yeah, the two of you go to, and like very quickly, like he takes you to like his sister's house, and his sister calls for someone that she knows, and like you get passed through an Orcish like family network basically, where until eventually someone who's like an herbalist is brought
Mhm.
before you, and she has she's brought like a bag with her, and you meet her at this guy's like wife's sister's house. So you
Right.
get moved
yeah.
around a bunch of times, and now you're just in someone's house, and there's like some orc kid like staring at you. And so this herbalist, she comes in. She's like a younger orc. She's maybe, like, if you had to guess, you would say she's probably like 20. She looks pretty human, but her skin is this like dark green kind of like pine needle-y color, and she has like a pronounced bottom teeth. And she comes in with this bag, and she says, "You're the one whose friend is sick.
Yes.
Where is
Now-
he?" How?
This way. Right this way.
And she
And I-
nods.
I-
Yeah.
Okay. And if she's following me, I lead her back to our camp. But on the way, I
Mhm.
ask, like, because I'm assuming we have like a few minutes to talk as we kind of like hustle over there.
Mhm.
I ask her, how did you come to hear of Berg? How did these people come to hear of him? Just stories passed around?
She says, "My people have many stories. Grumpsh, greatest. Luthik, the All-Mother. Bagtru, Shargras. Berg is Ilnaval, Destructor. Freer, breaker of chains.
Yes.
At least that's what they've been saying."
Right. What is he supposed to destroy everything or something
She-
specific?
She grins and she says, "That which needs destroying." Is he unwell?
No. It is Berg's, and I use the same word that Ramus used before.
Right, like yeah, blood battle companion.
Yeah, battle buddy.
Bondun Athar Jigak.
There you go.
Thank you.
I say that. He is his smizmar.
Mhm.
Sorry, that one got me out of nowhere.
Yeah. So yeah, I say that it's him who is sick. I've accompanied
Okay.
Berg on many an adventure, and we are just now hearing of this title you have given him. Do you know
Not a
who?
Yeah, she says it's not a title. It's the name of his soul.
So this is something that happens when it's needed. Berg is not the first, nor will he be the last. Is that what you're saying?
There is always Il Naval.
Ah, yes. There it is.
Sometimes he is needed. Others he is not. We need him now.
If you could point us in the right direction, he will destroy anything. And when I told the story, I don't know if you were there, but I told the story of Berg killing a god. Though I may have exaggerated, it is very true.
And she nods and she says, "True or not, the test will see it out. Let's make sure your friend doesn't die." And the group of you, you and her, you get to the place where they have you staying, and she comes upstairs. Yoji, Ramus, and Berg, you see Kalimat and an orcish woman. She's dressed kind of like you might expect a druid to be dressed. So she has just like hide clothing, like simple like leathers. She's carrying a knife, but it looks like a knife you would use to like cut bark from a plant, like from a tree, or like cut plants.
Okay.
Not a fighting knife. She's big, but she's not like huge.
I think.
And yeah,
The
she has a
second-
concerned look.
Yeah, the second that I like hear them walk in, I put my mask back on.
I was gonna say, yeah, are you making yourself scarce?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So she comes upstairs and she looks at Berg. She looks you in the eyes a second, Berg, and then her cheeks like flush a little and she looks down. She looks right past Yoji as if he wasn't there, and then looks at Ramus. And she comes up to you, Ramus, and she says, "You are unwell, Banduna Fargijak. You look sick. What is wrong? Have you been poisoned?"
That's just the thing. It's not a sickness I can recognize. I just hope maybe you can help. Maybe your your feeling is different than not mine for people down here. I can detect what's wrong.
He says, "First, lie down," and like pushes you, the big strong orc hand pushes you down on the bed. And
Get orc mommed.
yeah, exactly. And she takes out her pouch and she starts taking out like herbs and like crushed plants and making you a poultice or something, and she like smears some of it on your forehead, and the room very quickly becomes fragrant with the various strange scents of orcish medicine. And I'm gonna roll. You won't be able to see this, but I'm gonna roll to see. And so she attends to you, and then she does a lot of kind of like nodding and like thinking, and then like going back and making some stuff. And then she brings you a drink. She's brewed some tea, and she lifts you up, and she's very much treating you like a soft little baby. And so she like lifts you up under your shoulders and like feeds you this tea, and she says, "Now, sleep. You will rest, and when you wake, you will see if you are feeling better."
Thank you, mother.
Nods. She laughs and she says, "If I had a runt as pale and weak as you, I would drown it. But since you are already alive, see if we can't keep you that way. Rest. And so you find yourself becoming sleepy, Ramus, and you tumble off to dreamland with a soporific that she gave you. And then we get the like hushed conversation while you're sleeping, like about you from slightly further away. So she's talking to you, Kalimat, and she says, all his wounds are old. He survived them. Even the new, fresh ones, healing fine. But something is broken inside. I've given him medicine to keep him calm, ease his pain, but whatever is killing him, he shrugs. It seems to be working slowly from the inside. You don't need medicine for your friend. And she looks sadly at Berg, and she says, we do not have the kinds of things that will help this kind of soul sickness. Orcs meet their illness in battle. One such as he would go out to find a glorious way to die. I see in his future only wasting. Unless you can find out what's wrong. I'm sorry I cannot be of help. And she hands you a pouch of like fragrant herbs, and she says, if he is in pain, if it is too much, he cannot sleep, crush these, boil them in water. It will make a tea that will help him rest. We cannot make him better, but we can help him so he does not suffer.
So, there's no way of knowing how to cure him that you know of.
Perhaps a god might know the answer. And she casts a glance at Berg.
Well, then we shall endeavor to ask one.
He shrugs.
Well, I thank you for your help, and I will see that his pain is lessened by the herbs that you've given me.
She doesn't leave.
Berg,
She's
Oh.
like, she just stares at you. Kalimat.
Was there something else?
It took me time to grow and gather those herbs.
Oh, of course. Of course. I'm sorry. I too many things on my mind, of course. How much do you require?
It's fine. They often forget to pay us for our work. She shakes her head. A few gold should be fine.
All right. I take out, let's see. Yeah, I put my hand into my pouch and I put them behind my back. And then I take the gold and I put it in between like my fingers. So like that.
Mhm. Yeah.
So I have 6 gold in the V's of my fingers.
Yeah.
And then I just put them in her hand.
Okay. So she scowls at you the whole time you do your little magic trick. She takes the coins and she looks at you, Berg, and she says, like unashamed, right in front of Kalimat in Orga. She says, "How do you trust one like this? He says 10 words where we need 1. Everything takes twice as long as it should."
Yeah. Berg like kind of nods and goes,
Yes. Was just talking about this with him. It means well. Just too much.
And so she puts her closed fist to her breastbone and she says, "Be well, Ilnaval, if that is who you are." And she turns to leave.
Yeah. So I keep I stash the herbs, and I say to Berg, Il Naval, they think you are a destructor of legend. It is your time. I asked her, what is it that you are supposed to destroy? And she did not give me a straight answer. Did your time in that dark place give you any clue as to what sort of destroying is in store for you?
No, not really. I trust that I may know more when the old one is done.
Well, I don't know about you, but I'm full and exhausted, so I say we get as much sleep as we can while we wait. And
Not
hopefully... Oh,
You may sleep if you want. I need fire.
you need fire?
Fire.
For what, may I ask?
To try to help him.
I'm sorry, I didn't catch that. I'm sorry.
To try and help him.
And gestures towards Ramus.
Fire will help him? Do you need a special
Maybe.
kind of fire, or will any fire do?
I don't know.
I bet
Just
they're
a
referring
thought.
to your... I'd imagine that's what they're talking about. The fire inside you. That was given by Agni.
That is the idea.
Well, good luck with that.
You may sleep if you want. I have to try.
Well, be sure to wake me if you start burning things down.
You'll know.
I'm sure I will, my friend. I'm sure I will.
Okay, so Berg, you want to leave and go and seek fire?
Yeah, Berg's intention is to go out and like just gather and put together a little fire that he can sit around outside somewhere by himself, if possible.
Yoji, are you gonna stay? Are you gonna stay here with Ramus and Kalimat, or are you gonna shadow Berg when he leaves?
I'll be shadowing Berg when he leaves.
Okay. And do you want to stay mostly out of sight?
Yeah, if possible.
Make a stealth check. You can do it with advantage.
23.
Yeah, 23. All right. So I think even Berg isn't, unless he goes looking for you. Even Berg isn't like aware.
don't
Okay,
think he
so
really
Berg, you go out into the village within the city, and what do you where do you go to seek fire?
Probably like on the out, maybe behind one of the buildings or something that's kind of dark and by itself. His intention is to gather some like just kindling or whatever, just to make a makeshift fire. He's just kind of throwing shit together.
There's like fires around, right? Like this place.
Around?
Yes, there are. You see, you step out into the street and you take a look around, right? You're like, okay, where we're gonna go? There's this main courtyard that takes up it's sort of the majority of the village, and in it there are a bunch of like orcs moving around, doing stuff, talking to each other. There's a few other buildings around. You can hear the banging sound that you heard before, that ping, that kind of heavy pinging sound of someone at a forge.
Yeah.
And then there are like braziers set out in front of some of the buildings for heat when it gets it gets to be night. It's night all the time, so it's like cold. So there are people around it warming themselves by these braziers. Yeah, as far as like finding random bits and pieces of stuff to make a fire, I guess you could try and do that if you want to.
Yeah, that's what I'll try first, just because he doesn't necessarily want to attempt what he's doing.
Yeah, make
in
a make a
public.
survival roll.
Okay.
15.
Not bad.
Okay. Yeah. You get a bunch of like broken pieces of like door and kindling and random kind of like burnable detritus. And then you want to find a place where you can like light a fire.
Mm-hmm.
This would be really fun to watch if you were Yoji, because Yoji, you just watch Berg wander around picking up garbage. And then he finds like an alley somewhere and piles all the garbage up on the ground and
Yeah,
then lights it on fire.
This whole group is real confusing.
Yeah, they got a lot of stuff going on.
Yeah.
So yeah, you see Berg light essentially like a campfire of urban trash. And yeah, you got this little fire going, Berg.
Berg's gonna kind of, and forgive me again for referencing Star Trek, but Berg's gonna like sit down, kind of sort of Indian style a little bit, just right by it, and then just start staring at the fire like really, really intently. And he's in his mind, he's just trying to think of only Agni, just her, any way that he can possibly bridge to her, and just start doing that, staring intently at the fire, while in his brain he's just saying over and over again,
Agni, I need you now, if you can hear me. Agni.
It's like staring into
yeah,
the
like
fire.
over and over again. Yeah,
Okay.
he's
Yeah,
just attempting
so
something. He doesn't know how. She never told him how. So
Yeah, I mean, she doesn't know either. So make a religion check.
okay.
So you're just sitting there staring into the fire,
All right.
kind of rocking back and forth a little, like, Agni?
Time goes
Agni,
by.
Come on, baby. Mm-hmm.
All right, Berg, after that's not working, he's just like looking at his arm. He's like centers himself and tries to think about like when it used to be when he raged, not the calm rage, the burning fire rage.
Yeah.
He tries to channel that through his arm. And if that doesn't work right away or do anything, he just shoves his arm into the fire. Kind of like a
Okay.
like that.
Okay. Make a make a will save.
A will save?
Yeah, make a like a wisdom save, sorry.
Okay. And so I was like, there's nothing that says yeah.
Willpower. It's a wisdom save, yeah. Okay, so you stick your arm in the fire, you take 4 damage, and then you like yank your arm back out of the fire. You got what, like 3 hit points left?
Yeah. Is anything happening to his arm at all? It's just nothing.
It hurts really bad.
Are there a bunch of people around Adam, or is he alone?
He's alone. Yeah, you're the only one watching this strange ritual.
Okay. I think I just like come out from whatever shadow or whatever I'm hiding in, and take the mask off. And what are you trying to do there, Berg?
Berg's just like,
Ramus, he needs help, not medicine.
Well, you gonna burn
My
him to
God.
death? You're trying to talk to a god by putting your hand in fire?
Not a god exactly. Daughter of one.
You people are quite interesting. Why do you know the daughter of a god?
Long story. I just do.
I see. Well, I don't know how to communicate with a god, but putting your hand into a burning forge is probably not the best way. But that's just me thinking.
Berg like looks at him, looks at his arm, and is like,
Does this look like a normal arm to you?
Normal arm or not. Never heard of a god talking to someone when they put their arm in a furnace.
She gave me this. I thought maybe somehow it might work. Stupid.
I like kind of 360 spin. Is there any place where the two of us could go like sit down and not be bothered? Besides the building that we were in?
Not really. Like the area is quite small. It's only like a single city block, and it's full of orcs, and they all are really interested in Berg. So as soon as someone sees him, they'll be watching.
Okay. I focus back on you, Berg. Let's go back to the house. I think I've got some ideas for you to help you contact the daughter.
I'll try whatever.
Okay. I turn and
Yeah, he
put
just
the mask
nods
on,
and
walk back.
Okay.
And if nothing else happens on the way back, I assume we just get there.
No, you're fine. Yeah, we just cut to the scene where you're back in the house.
Okay. Are Kali and Ramus both asleep when we walk in?
I don't know. I mean, Ramus is asleep. Kalimata, are you also sleeping?
Yeah. Mhm.
Right.
Okay. Yeah. Berg, this is going to sound real weird, but just... No, it probably won't sound that weird to you. Go and sit down on the ground. We're going to do
Why
something...
would that sound weird?
well,
That is where one sits sometimes.
okay. No, you're right. You're right, Berg. Let's sit down. That's not weird at all.
What do you do when there's no chair?
I stand, mostly. But that's besides the point.
And if you want to sit,
Well, I go find a chair. But we're not sitting on the chair, are we? We're sitting on the ground.
fine.
And I sit like across from you, legs like folded Indian style. Mirror what I'm doing, Berg. Do as I do.
Okay.
And I say, like you see me shut my eyes. I go, I want you to close your eyes, Berg. I want you to think of this daughter. What's her name?
Acne.
All right. I want you to start saying Agni in a rhythmic fashion in your mind. Don't say it out loud. I don't need to be there. Just keep saying it.
yeah, he just keeps doing that.
Okay. And then I guess Celestial, I'll start chanting the word Agni. I don't know that name or anything, but I'm just going to see if it works. And I start saying like Agni out loud. And then just keep like going until something happens or something doesn't happen for about a minute or so.
Okay. Yoji, make a religion check.
8, the first bad roll.
Okay.
Or one.
Yeah, the two of you. What happens is you end up just kind of feeling silly after a minute, where like nothing occurs. You're like, okay, this is not working.
Yeah. After about a minute, hey, this is kind of weird. Remember what I told you where I would start feeling a little weird? This is what I was talking about. I don't think she wants to talk to you, Berg. I don't think it's that type of communication.
Well, I've never successfully prayed to her. She talked to me once, but I was sleeping. It was a dream.
Well, there's a bed over there. I can take first watch if you want.
Nothing else is working. Might as well sleep. I have to anyways. I'm tired.
Yeah, you did just stick your arm in a fire.
Yeah, as he's doing, he's been like kind of rubbing it like fucker.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, yeah, resting is a good call. Taking a long rest, getting all your stuff back. Yeah. Okay. There's enough room for all of you to camp out here. And again, everyone's circadian rhythms are all fucked up. So it's like daytime or it's nighttime. It's hard to say. The moon sun is just rotating around in circles. But you get a good solid 8 hours of rest, whether you're asleep the whole time or not. And I think that we fade out on you like resting, and we fade back in on Ramus as Ramus is waking up. So Ramus, you wake up and you do feel better. You had a nice long rest. It was a dreamless sleep. You feel renewed. You said your night prayers. You got your spells back and everything, and you wake up, and you look around, and all of your friends are gone. They seem to have left. What are you gonna do? You're just like in an empty room, like same room as before, but your friends are gone.
I think I walk to the door to see if they're outside.
Okay, so you walk over to the door. You look outside. You don't see anybody out there, like at all. It's totally silent. You just hear like the breeze. And the sun is out. It's very bright. It's like beating down on you. But everybody's gone. All the orcs are gone.
I think I call out. Anyone there?
Your own voice echoing back to you.
But I'm kind of. I think I would look at the sun because I'm like, why is the sun up? It wasn't there before. Like, look up at the sun.
Okay. Yeah, you look up at it and it blinks at you. And then you see that the sun is actually an eye in the sky, and there's another eye that opens. And then you realize that you're looking up at Hassan's giant face, and he's like 1,000,000 miles tall, and he's grinning at you, and all you can smell is this horrible, like the tobacco smell. And then you realize you're naked. And there's a bunch of orcs around, and they're all pointing at you and laughing.
Very, very funny.
An enormous shadow falls over you as Hassan's giant hand, like the size of a building, comes down towards you and smushes you into the ground. And when you feel it crush you, you wake up for real. You come start awake and sit up in your bed. And everyone else is already awake. You're the last one to wake up. What's everybody doing when Ramus is like and like wakes up and like falls out of bed?
Well, I laugh at him.
Right. Okay. Yeah.
And then I kind of like crouch down like a child, like look at him like, bad dreams.
Or just like kneels down and like offers him a hand back up.
Just nightmares of a worthless prick.
I'm over by a door, and I'm retying my bowstring. I see Ramus is up. Priest, I got those candles you wanted. I point to him. They're right next to his bed.
Thank you. I feel slightly better. Not great, but slightly better.
Well, while you were sleeping, I brought a shaman over here, and they said that what you have is nothing they can cure. They told me to talk to a god. So basically, go fuck myself.
Well, maybe you can't talk to the gods, but I know how to.
Will they listen this time?
Maybe. I have an idea. And I start gathering the supplies together to start channeling the new ritual that I've learned called Commune. So it'll take 11 minutes.
Upgraded
It'll take
version of
11
the
minutes
last
to cast
one.
it, yeah.
Yeah, and this is much like the last one, the other divination spell that you had, where part of the ritual is it's like a written correspondence with Heaven's Bureau of Oracular Activity. So you can basically write on a sacred scroll and seal it with the seal of the priesthood, three questions, and then you will receive an answer to those questions. What are the questions that you write down, and when you burn the sacred scroll in the fire, what answers are you seeking?
I guess the first question would be, they have to be yes or no answers.
They do, yeah.
Has the tower cursed me?
No.
Am I becoming undead?
No.
Can what's affecting me be fixed?
Yes. I guess. Yes. Yes. So yeah, you see, and I don't know if you let anybody else see this, but so you see Ramus with his calligraphy set drawing these like beautiful characters in like sacred blessed ink on the holy parchment. He folds it up, burns it in the fire. There's a sparkling of light from the circle, and the envelope, the red envelope appears, and you unfold it and you open it. It just has 3 characters on it. There's the character for no, the character for no, and the character for yes.
I hate
And I feel like-
bureaucracy.
Yeah, in the celestial language, the character there are multiple ways to express the same thing, and this is very much a categorical yes. It's like that long pause where I was like, yes, like that's you get that intonation as well, where it's like probably yes, like most it is yes, sir, I'm sure, probably,
Hmm.
maybe, but probably.
So like a yes, but we're not really 100% sold on the yes kind of thing.
Yeah, it's like let's go with yes.
We don't really know that all that well, so we'll just say
Yeah.
yeah.
Please don't ask us how, but I'm sure it's possible. So that's the answer that heaven gives you.
Hmm. Very well. At least one of my fears is I'm not becoming undead, which is what I was fearing. But doesn't mean I'm not dying. Well, as usual, heaven is about as helpful as always, but
Probably the first time
I will have to press on, and hopefully the answers will come to me over time.
Nope, there it is.
probably
That's the
a test.
priest. Okay. Nope, you're back on track. Didn't sound like one. Now you do.
Yoji, if I may have a word,
You can have several.
and that I will, trust me, I've been told many times. You've had dealings with this gathering, this clan. Why is it that you don't want your name mentioned?
It's easier if I get around without being there, if you know what I'm saying.
Right, you want to be unseen.
Well, not want to be unseen. I am unseen.
I can't let that lie there. But what do you mean you are unseen?
I cover the windows and I'll disappear.
Okay. Do these orcs know you at all? Or would you rather they didn't know you to begin with?
I mean, they know a version of me, but they don't know this one talking to you right now.
A version? Can you disguise yourself or become somebody else? Because, I mean, I don't want to brag, but I'm versed in subterfuge with costumes and makeup and the like.
I saw your parlor trick earlier with the shadows. You're obviously able to cast some sort of magic.
Yeah, that much is true. Yes and no. If I need to, I can make myself look like someone else, but mostly I just put on this mask, and I put on the mask, and then I speak in Infernal and just say and I speak in Infernal. I don't know if anyone speaks that, but I say, and then I talk like this. And,
Wow, that is some trick. Does it come from the mask?
no, it adds to the effect.
Oh, of course.
Yeah.
That makes total sense.
I mean, what's scarier, this face, and I show the mask and put my hand up or take the mask off, Well, this face.
So you willingly look and speak like them? And I say it with like disgust.
Yeah. Like the sound of the words that he speaks in Infernal are just like hard to greasy in your ears, hard to listen to.
You want me to play the hurdy-gurdy?
Yeah. they heard your girds real bad. It's a forbidden language, right? It's a dark language spoken only by corrupted entities. Learning it is said to like darken your soul. It's a big deal that he speaks in.
What did you ask, Ramus? What was the question?
You willingly speak like them, just with disgust.
Well, I mean, it gets the job done. People don't ask me very many questions.
Do you even know with what forces you toy with?
Yeah, that's why I speak the language. It's
As
easier
long
to
as you're aware, that's
communicate.
fine.
What was that?
Wait. Communicate? You speak with them?
I mean, I have before, but everyone has, really. They're all around us. It's hard to discern what is and what isn't. It's just easier when you're talking in their tongue. There's no tricks. Everything's finite, honest, as much as they can be.
You are a mystery. I will say that. So, by traveling with us, I mean, the reason you're here can't just be gold or riches or anything like that. I mean, there must be something else. You seem deeper than that.
Well, I saw a way into the orc camp, and here I am. You're a free ride, Berg.
Why do you want to be here?
Want to know what they're doing. Information's really important to me.
Well, now you know. What do you plan to do with that information?
Keep it to myself. Maybe bargain for it one day. People want to know things. I know things.
So you're an information peddler or merchant?
Sometimes, yes.
If you had
Well,
to,
what if I? Oh, good.
if you had to classify your skill set, what would you say you were?
I fucking love you, Dan.
I look at him and I kind of like put my bow out and say, well, I'm a tracker of sorts. But what would you classify yourself as? And what would he classify himself as? It's a little bit more than just a word.
It's true. Just for convenience sake, I would call myself a priest, but I am more than that.
I'm a singer of songs, teller of stories, killer of gods. The right, Berg?
Yes. Killer of gods.
Well, to some, Berg is a god, so
Well, I would say, if posed the question of what I'm doing here, well, first and foremost, I'm here because of my companions, whom I've grown very fond of, but also a wanderlust, a sense of adventure. I like excitement. Boredom is a slow death for me. What drives you, Yoji?
moving forward, pretty important. Can't live in the past. You can pay homage to it, but always forward.
So you, like Ramus and Berg, and to a lesser degree me, have had a troubled past, shall we say.
I didn't say that. I just like moving forward.
All right. And where does forward take you? Where do you see yourself moving to?
I don't know where you guys going.
So you see yourself moving with us?
If that's all right, yeah.
Absolutely.
Why wouldn't I walk around with a god, a soulless priest, and a dragonborn? I haven't seen one of you in quite some time.
Wait a minute, what? Quite some time? So you have seen another one of me? Of my kind?
Well, bigger, with more teeth, yeah, down below.
You've seen the dragon?
Not the dragon. I've seen a dragon.
But
But
they've all been gone for centuries.
Well, I mean, that's just, you just gotta know where to look. Everyone's always looking up. Deep down, there's a lot of things.
The dwarves were too greedy. They delved too deep. So you've seen it, and it's alive. Down below.
Wait, what's it? We're speaking of riddles.
Dragon. A dragon.
I've seen a dragon, yeah, but not around here.
Oh, where?
Well, I don't, if I say a thing, you're not gonna know what it means. It's just gonna be a word.
Not a place?
Not any place you'd know. I can take you there one day if you want, but he wasn't, let's say he wasn't, I mean, he was alive, but he wasn't moving around. He's kind of like Ramus here, but didn't talk as much.
Did it have a name?
Yeah, but I only know how to say it in the language I was speaking earlier.
Pointed look at Ramus like,
A demonic. You saw a dragon that spoke infernal, or was that foul language?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know why, but that's what he spoke. I didn't speak to him, but you get to that size, you can hear things from pretty far away.
You see the stalk a lot of gloomy places.
listen, that's all he does. He has a really good range
Yeah, yeah.
of things he, right? Don't pigeonhole the man.
Yeah,
He's got a lot of range or distance.
I look back at Ramus and yeah, no, I've been in a cave or two. A lot.
Well, what if I told you that our plan is to go into the vault of the devil?
Great.
What would you say to that?
Sounds great. What's the goal by going in there?
We mean to wake an ancient destruction.
Yeah, let's just tell the person we just met all of our secrets and just trust them and bring them into our group and share all the loot. Yeah.
Well, until you just said that, Ramus, he might have thought I was lying.
Whoops. Sorry. Go on.
I kind of look at the three of them. I got nothing to hide. It's easier this way if we just tell everything. But by all means, I'd love to go inside. Been meaning to for a while. There's something in there that I'd like to get my hands on, but never could quite figure out where it is.
Oh,
Well,
what's
what is
that?
that?
Yes, what is that?
Berg's like, I'll say it too. Everyone else did.
What? I mean, I'll know it when I see it. To be honest, I don't know what it is. I was told that there was something inside, and it might help me in what I do. So, figured one day I might go in there.
How he talks, and you still have questions and don't understand. That's
Yes.
how you are with me.
Fair. Very fair, Berg. I will make an effort to use less words with you.
Just simple, to the point.
So, anyways, what are you guys going in there for? In fact, how do you even know about it? Not that many
We'll
people
know
know
it.
that word.
When we see it.
All right, fair
There
enough.
is a loud knock at the door.
I answer it.
Yeah, I put my mask on
Okay.
and put my finger over my mouth.
It's Aj, it's the guard from before. And he says, "You are awake." It's like a statement.
Yes.
Get your
Yes.
things. It is time.
For what?
The lore speaker will explain everything. Come on.
Berg,
Fine.
before we go, come here for a second. I start
Yes.
rubbing things on your forehead. Cast Death Ward on you that will last 8 hours. I think
like ritual. You rubbed ritual things on his forehead. Okay.
yes. Of the Arcana, Adam, not like
I was gonna say,
shaman.
would you like to specify what things you're rubbing on Berg? Okay. All right.
Not black
So
stuff, is it? Butt juice or whatever.
you touch a creature and granted a measure of protection from death, right? So this is a like, nope, can't have this one. That's very cool. So this is like an additional application of your orcish
My racial, yeah. So it's like
yeah.
can't go down. Also, can't go down.
Mhm.
Yeah. I like it. How does your like what is the wording of that ability? Like when because you get a free attack when that happens, right?
Yep.
When it's your orc ability?
Yeah. I'm
Oh,
trying to
I
find
see.
it.
Yeah, immediately after you use Relentless Endurance, you can use your
Relentless
reaction
Endurance,
on one weapon attack. Okay.
Yeah, from Orcish
Um,
Fury or
I'm gonna say that if you go down due to Death Ward, you can use your reaction when you come back in the same way that you would with your racial. I think it's that brush with death that powers that attack. So I think this
Right. So
this
basically, you can
applies as well.
2 Orcish Furies.
Well, you'd get one, and when you come back, you get that free shot based on
Yeah.
on death because I think it's pretty much a similar experience.
Yeah, right. That makes sense. That logic
Cool.
tracks.
Alright. Okay, so Ramus wards you against death, just in case whatever is to come.
Nice.
Okay,
I have a
and then you go
feeling
with
you'll need some extra help today.
yeah, and you're gonna go with Aj.
Yep.
Okay, so you come outside and you notice that the streets, Ramus, you have this kind of like eerie, familiar feeling because the streets are kind of empty. And Aj looks to one of the other guards that he's with. You didn't see them; they were outside. And Aj says, "Take them to the pit. I will take Berg to see the lore speaker." And the other guard, she looks at you and she says, "Come with me," and gestures with her head towards, like down the street. "You'll see your friend again soon." You go with her.
I want
Yeah.
to make an insight check to see if he
Yeah.
was lying when he said you'll see your friend again soon.
Oh yes, yeah. To try to just like get a vibe on them.
Yeah. 22.
Yeah, they're nervous. And they're treating Berg with like delicate reverence. And you're like an afterthought. They're treating you like don't worry, like we're just gonna go and put you over here for now. But they're both very focused on Berg. You don't get the impression they're trying to like lure you into a trap or anything like that.
Okay.
That's a pretty good insight roll, so you got a pretty good handle on it. Yeah, so she's like, "Come on, you have to this way."
All right. Follow.
Okay. All right. So the three of you head off. We stay with Aj and Berg, and the two of you are walking towards the house, the home of the lore speaker, and Aj is not speaking. He's like focused on his task. Do you have anything to say that you want? Do you want to ask him anything, or do you just like let him lead you there?
No.
EOG, do you follow Berg or do you go with the other two?
I follow Berg.
Okay. All right. Make a stealth check.
It's okay. 15.
Okay. All right. So yeah, Aj is distracted. Doesn't notice you.
Okay.
So sorry, Berg. What do you do? You just like walk quietly?
Yeah, no, I'm following.
So the streets are like empty. Like it seems like everyone has been called off somewhere. And you get to the house of the lore keeper, and Aj looks at you. And he like really stares at you for a second, and he says, "However today ends, it will end gloriously." And he like puts his hand on your shoulder, and you're not sure if he's like trying to comfort you or reassure you, or like he sounds like he's talking. We can tell he's kind of talking to himself, but he's just kind of like, "Yes, things will be fine." And he like shakes you once, and he gestures and he says, "The lore speaker is within. I will see you again at the pit."
Okay.
Right? That's an appropriate response. And yeah, and he holds the door open, and you go inside.
Yeah.
Okay. The door. He drops the curtain behind you. You're back in the darkness, and you hear his footsteps as he walks away. And he's like muttering to himself a little bit. Inside, you see the lore speaker, and the lore speaker looks up, and he says, "The signs were clear. The answer is simple. We're to test you in the pit."
What is the pit?
Place where many orcs spilled their blood. Place of suffering. Place we have reclaimed as our own, and now is sacred. A place where provings are done. A place where one might learn if one is indeed a god or not. Now, you and I are alone. You could go from my home to the gates of this place. He looks you up and down. Quite quickly, I'd imagine. You could strangle me here if you wish. Leave me for dead and flee. Leave your friends behind if you want, and go. But your destiny will follow you. If you go with me to the pit, you will face Urag, the chain breaker. One of you will die. You will know one way or another the truth of these things.
What?
Do you choose?
What or who is Rog?
You'll see. You'll see.
Then why are we wasting time?
And he grins this big wide shark grin, and he's like, "Good, good, good. We will learn if Ilnaval dwells within you this day. Come with me. We'll go the back way." And he pulls aside a curtain and gestures for you to like come with him.
Yeah.
Okay. So you follow, and we cut back to where the fuck all the orcs went. Yoji, you watched Berg go into this hut, so you can stick around there, or you can be at this other scene if you want. But
Okay.
Ramus and Kalimat, you are led
I'll
to
stay at the hut.
Yeah, you were led to seats in like a fighting pit, big stone fighting pit that's sunken down into the street. It's ancient, built in the early days of the city. There are two enormous, now defaced, like partly toppled statues at one end. Big sandy floor with ancient rusty metal grates, blood stains that no amount of scrubbing could clean, and like a good 200 orcs of this whole village, the Red Hand, all gathered around in the seats, like talking and waiting for whatever is to come. The guard brings you to some seats and gestures for you to sit down, and says to you in Orcish, "Berg fights today against Urag, Chainbreaker. If he lives, then he is Ilnaval. If he dies, he was not. He does not win. You may want to run. And
What?
she sits down next to you and like looks
Well,
at
And
you.
I
today will be glorious combat, regardless.
and I actually make a point of showing him like we may want to run if Berg loses. Well, take off my shoes. I won't be needing these then, because Berg doesn't lose.
Very nice. Very nice. Okay. So I think so how long, Yoji, how long would you wait? Because Berg is going out they're going out a different way. They're going out like a back way that leads to the pit.
Right.
So actually, if you want to make like an investigation check, you could like maybe see that that's the case, right? That there's
Sure.
like another exit.
Yeah, I'll roll investigation.
Okay, because you have a
13.
chance to kind of case. Okay, yeah. So you notice that there's a back exit that leads into another building, and using that, then they could probably get like away essentially.
Okay.
But it's all inside, so you can't really like follow.
Is there something I could climb to try to get a vantage point to see if I could like track them that way?
Yeah, totally. You can hop up onto any of the like nearby roofs or anything.
Yeah, that's what I do. Try to get higher
Okay.
up to see if I can track them through the city.
Okay, sure. So once you get up high, you can see this arena in the distance, and you can see all these orcs sitting in the stands. You can hear the din of voices raising up, but I don't think you see.
Berg
You don't see
specifically.
because they're traveling. Definitely, you get the impression they're traveling inside. They're traveling through some like tunnel or something that leads back to there.
Do I know like what this process is, or do I need to make another history roll or religion check to see like what the fuck is happening?
Yeah, I don't know if you would know off the top of your head, but you can make a history check, sure.
Okay. 12.
Yeah, I mean orcs for a very long time, and actually maybe it surprises you. For a very long time, orcs were used as gladiators in like dwarven fighting pits, and that was probably the purpose of this pit originally, right? Where dwarves would get their slaves to fight each other for money. Not slaves. The slaves don't get the money; they do. It's a gladiatorial pit. So the orcs seem to have repurposed this as like their own ritual combat space. They've kind of reclaimed the arena for themselves.
Okay. If possible, I'd love to just like scale the rooftops and make my way to the arena, or at least to an area of the arena to look in.
Totally. Yeah. Okay. So you scatter off. We'll cut back to the arena, and we can hear now drums like being played, like the pounding of like drums, getting the crowd fired up. They're starting to get excited. They're chanting and roaring, and the din is beginning to build as we slowly pan down to this empty bloodstained arena. And there's no need for announcement. There's no like, no one is like, today this is, because everyone knows this is a proving, this is a testing. And the gates on either side of the lowered arena rattle up, and first into the arena we see Urag Chainbreaker. This thing is huge. He's maybe like just about 10 feet tall. Enormous orc. Gray skin, huge curling horns, like minotaur-looking horns coming out of the back of his head. He's got huge jagged teeth, spikes growing, like bone spikes growing up out of his shoulders and down his arms. He's got a sort of hunched look, and he's wearing this enormous suit of black iron chainmail. He's dragging behind him a 6 foot long, 3 foot wide great sword. And yeah, he comes out into the arena, and he roars and holds the sword over his head, and you can see hanging from both his wrists manacles that look like he's been wearing them longer, like he was smaller when they put them on him. They've grown into his skin, and he holds them up and rattles the chains that hang from them, and he roars, and everyone chants like "Urag, Urag," and they're shouting his name. And then Berg steps into the arena. Would you like to narrate what that looks like, Max, as you walk out from under the platform?
Oh boy.
Yeah. Berg just walks out, looks at like the other, or all the orcs around him and stuff, and takes a look over at Urag as he's doing like his raw, whatever, and then just grabs the conduit, his shield, and like it starts going faster and faster and faster, and he's like, like it's just a slight show. He's not even like being like, it's just like, this is his speed. It's blurry.
Cool. Well, there is you hear the ringing of a single bell, and the crowd suddenly drops quiet as the two combatants stalk towards one another. So let's have you roll initiative, and then you can fight Urag of the Red Hand.
I'm gonna give it my all, guys.
Now,
Out of character.
do I have to be a part of the initiative if I want to do bardic inspiration and stuff?
Yes, please. Yeah, if you plan on messing around during this,
Jesus,
roll
I'm
initiative
fast.
I asked the orc beside me,
Oh God. Sorry.
does this tournament have rules?
Yeah, she says, it's not a tournament, it's a proving. If you interfere, shakes her head and gives you this like, don't do it or it'll be bad for everybody.
Okay.
Okay, so Yoji.
And you can just skip my. I'll let you know if I want to do something on turn.
Yeah,
Just like don't-
you
yeah.
interrupt before. So Berg
Yeah.
got a 16. Yoji got a 7. Ramus got also, yeah, Ramus, you're on there with an 8. And then I need to add one for Kali. And Kalimat, you got a 25. Okay. All right, Kalimat. You see your friend emerge, ready to fight this great and terrible demon. What do you want to do?
I stand up to the crowd so everybody can hear me, and I say, "This will be no contest. This is Berg the Mighty, Berg the Undying. You could put 100 of these beasts in his path, and he would mow them all down and eat them, and shit them out and beat the shit to death again." You know, like trying to like be orcish with it. You know, not like too
Right,
flowery.
I'm excited about that.
Yeah, exactly.
That's great. Okay, all right. And so, what would you like to do mechanically? Do you have an action that you'd like to take there?
The bardic inspiration for Berg.
Okay, all right, Berg. You have bardic inspiration. You feel inspired by your friends shouting. Cool. All right, Berg. What would you like to do?
All right. Obviously, we're gonna rage.
Okay, and this is a berserker rage.
This is Berserker rage. He's 5 feet out of my goddamn fucking asshole. Can I just be 1 foot forward or 5
No.
feet forward?
That's where you start.
Okay. I'll probably move up here. Do I have full cover from there or half cover?
Yeah,
If he's-
those are columns. Yep.
Right. Okay. There and then below dart him.
Okay. All right.
Starting strong.
So those columns are like about 30 feet tall in case you needed to climb one.
Okay.
So they're tall and they're broken off. They used to support a roof, but there's no roof now.
Yeah, well, you know what? I'm thinking below dart's such a weak move. It's like
It's like a D4 in damage, isn't it? It's
Well,
real
and also
bad.
you need to draw the blowgun and fire it, and like you may just
True.
want to forego the blowgun.
maybe just move up behind the pillar here and hold action to attack as he enters.
So bonus to rage, move 30 feet, and then if he gets within 5 feet of you, you get to take a swing
Yep.
at him. All right. So he is gonna do some similar stuff. let's see how that goes. Ramus, do you have anything you want to do?
I'll pass this turn.
All right. So, Urag of the Red Hand, the Tanaruk, he hefts his great sword and looks at you, Berg, and he roars with froth dripping from his jaws, and he also enters a state of rage. All right. So let me place that on there. Okay. So that's his bonus action. And then he will move up to you. So go ahead and take your swing at him.
Good luck.
So yeah, he just comes running at you like, "Rah!" Like holding the sword up. You crash your weapon into him. You hit him.
13 total.
10 bludgeoning and then 3 psychic. Okay. So your weapon crashes into his chest. He like staggers back and then swings the sword down towards you. So let's see. He gets 17.
It misses.
Okay, so you barely duck out of the way, and the sword crashes into the metal post, sending sparks everywhere. And then hold on, I gotta just check something real quick on this guy. Yeah, okay, so he gets another attack. He gets to try to bite you. And let's see how that goes.
Adam, how far is this cityscape? Or how big is this cityscape that the orcs live in? Like distance
it's like
across?
a big city block.
So a couple 100 feet?
With
Something like that.
Okay.
the whole held action, does it? I'm
Yes,
just
you
confused.
do get a second attack. Sorry, I forgot that you had 2.
Wouldn't it be third then too, or no? Because you used the bonus action to rage.
Yeah, you
Okay.
would just get 2. Yeah, you get whatever your attack action would give you. Yeah.
Okay.
But yes, he bites you. So he swings at you. You dodge out of the way, and then he clamps his jaws down on your shoulder. And so you take.
But I'm missing this. How did he roll like a modifier or
It's his,
something?
it's his second attack. I just don't have an attack macro for it.
Oh, okay.
So that second attack, because I got a 24, you take 14 piercing.
Oh, max damage.
7 then, or does it not?
Yeah, it's half. Yep.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. All right. Go ahead and finish do your second attack.
Whoop.
Okay, yeah, that's a hit.
14.
Okay, so
14 again, 1
11.
psychic.
All right.
Assuming all damage is halved, other than the psychic. So
And then minus 1. Okay. All right. So yeah, he comes in with the sword. You swing up. He blocks it out of the way. You take your swing at him. He bites you. You hit him for damage, and then he gets to use a reaction to do something. But let me just add this. I'm just gonna add the piercing thing, so I can roll it automatically again. Okay, so he's gonna use Unbridled Fury. So when he is hit by a melee attack, he gets a free melee attack against the attacker. So he gets 1 more swing with his sword. And he hits you
This could be a lot of damage.
for 16 because he's raged.
So 8.
okay, so another 8.
Yeah. So when the two of them crash into each other, you feel it, like the base of the crunch of the two of them crashing together. Like Ramus, you can all feel it. And the orcs like rise up and start shouting as they bash into each other. So that's it for him. Calimont, do you have something you want to do?
Yeah, I'm gonna try and get a better position in the arena.
Okay, yeah, you can move. Go ahead.
Yeah. So I'm gonna do and he hasn't used my inspiration yet, right?
He is not. No,
Okay.
no, because he hit both.
Okay. So let's see.
What's the amount of? Is it
30.
D4 or
So D6.
D6, I think.
D6? Okay, cool. That's pretty good.
Okay, so we'll move to there. That's 30. And then move to right about there. Whoops.
Excuse me. Pardon me.
About there. Pardon me. Excuse me. Pardon me. Pardon me.
Bobby.
Like,
And,
going through the crowd.
Let's see here. Oh, yeah, dude. Now, quick question. Help action.
Mhm.
I just looked this up. And let's see here. Feint, distract the target, or in some way, other way, team up to make your allies' attack more effective. I'm not sure, like, because it's a game type thing. Like, I could tell you, like, you're like, I call the fucking beast mother a whore or something that distracts him, but like, I'm not sure how I would go about it other than like physically interject something, and I'm not going to do that.
I mean, you can be yelling at the target. You can totally be like shouting to distract him.
Okay. And what his name was? Chainbreaker?
His name is Urag. Yeah, Urag the Chainbreaker.
Urag.
Every
Okay.
time you say it, I just hear, ooh, rock.
Yeah,
Dude,
good.
yeah.
That's what I
Yeah.
want. Yeah.
Yeah.
When I was doing my prep, I was like, Urag, that's a good name. You could shout that if you were an orc.
No, how about I get a chant going for Berg? Like, you know, like
Brother.
Berg will rock you.
So you want to use your action to give Berg advantage against him on the next attack.
Yeah, exactly. The help
So
action.
okay, great. Sure, that's fine. Okay, Berg, it is your turn.
Just thinking of Robin Hood minutes. Give him the chop.
Yep.
All right.
So
three-
it says if your ally attacks the target before your next turn, the first attack roll is made with advantage.
Yeah, so that would be this one.
Okay. Maybe with advantage and then also Bardic Inspiration if it's low. Whoop.
Mhm.
I think that hits.
Right one. Yep, that's a hit.
14.
See real quick here. Also, I'm gonna double, or I'm gonna kind of roll the. Was it? You can do it for
Another d6 for the psychic damage.
for the psychic, yeah.
Okay. Yep. You can use that ability. Sure.
So 7. Did you already get that?
Yes.
14 total, yeah, 14 total. Just slow it. Roll 1d6. Psychic. Great roll.
Ooh.
Woo! 15 damage.
Good use of that one. That's great. But you know what? It was psychic, so
Okay.
figured
That's your first
pile on the
attack.
psychic.
Now, because you're
First
berserking,
attack,
you got 2
second
more.
Nice.
Mhm.
Another 6 psychic, 8 bludgeoning, and 2 rage.
I gotta check. I'm gonna check something real quick before you make your third attack.
So 16 total on that one. That psychic is good. Then it was full
right?
damage.
Yeah, that's where you want to do your business
That's
because
what, yeah, you can't have that
clear,
shit.
It's clear that he's like you. He's not taking the hits very hard. I'm just trying to figure out. So when you get your reaction back at the beginning of your turn, right?
Yeah.
Is that how that works? Here we go. Reaction. You can't take one until the start of your next turn. Okay. Cool. So on his next turn, he'll get his. Okay. All right. So you did him another 10, and then another 6 psychic. Okay. And then your third attack.
Mm-hmm.
Oh. Rolling well.
All right. So another 10.
Another 15, right?
And
Or
then
10
15,
normal
yeah,
with
5
5
psychic,
psychic.
another
Yeah.
5. I'm tracking them different.
Right.
These psychic rolls, yes.
Yeah, they're doing a lot of damage.
Okay. Okay. All right. Ramus, anything you want to do?
I want to inspect the guy to see like if he's an orc or if he's a half breed of different types of orcs. If I can just recognize what type of creature it is.
Yeah. Make a nature check.
Nature.
Big scary
Dang.
orc.
Big scare.
Yeah.
Big
Big
scary
scary orc. Hard to tell. He's obviously something going on, but yeah, hard to say what.
Adam, I'm going to use the next 2 turns or so to try to get 550 to 600 yards away, or feet away. Sorry. Basically, like max.
Okay, so you want to
distance.
leave the arena and head away?
Yeah. I just want to try to get super far away, where I can still
Okay.
have an eye on what's going on in the arena.
That's
tell me,
going to
'cause
be
it
really
might-
difficult, right?
Yeah.
The arena, like line of sight, you have to look down into the arena, and if you get further away, obviously you can't.
Whichever the highest perch is, then I'll head there. Whichever is going to be the
Okay, you just
the
want to get as
highest
far away as you
and
can,
the furthest away. Yeah.
but still be able to see.
Yep. However many rounds that takes.
Like a building nearby, and
Yeah.
all right. So meanwhile, Berg, big great sword attack. Okay, it's a hit for 12.
6.
Okay, and then bite.
Motherfucker.
For- yeah, ignore that other one. Bite for 12.
Yeah.
Sorry, that's that should be actually 14 and 14.
So two.
You
Just
take
add 2
14
more.
total.
So
7 and 7. 14 total.
Okay. Yeah. So I think you bash him 3 times in quick succession. He staggers back. He lunges out and grabs you with one hand, stabs you in the shoulder with the sword, and then pins you against the pillar and just bites you like hard on the chest. You can feel your armor like bending and cracking. Yeah, and he's just like on top of you, and you can feel like waves of heat like pouring off of him.
that's not normal.
Calamot, it is your turn.
Okay, so that 1d6 wasn't the bardic inspiration, was it?
No.
They
He's still
rolled
going.
earlier. Okay,
He
cool.
hasn't missed yet.
All right. Then I will do the same, the help action again. It basically like I'm being a cheerleader in the audience for Berg.
Yeah. Okay.
And then and I will stay with him if he moves or whatever.
Okay. Sure.
Yeah.
Berg. Your turn.
All right. Attacking again. Is that
Okay.
enough, or do I need
Yeah,
to roll the?
that's a hit. No, 18's a
Okay.
hit.
Hell yeah.
That's
Yeah.
a lot of damage. Damn. 15
That's
plus
20.
5.
5
Yeah.
psychic.
Sure. Okay.
Another one. 15. 1 psychic.
He's gonna use his unbridled fury to take a swing back at you.
14 and 1 psychic.
Or yep. Or,
Oh,
crits you?
fuck.
For 17.
Not too bad. Take 8.
Yeah, that's not too bad. That could have been way worse.
so what is?
8
What are we
damage.
doing? 8 damage.
You get one. You have one more attack. Yeah, you take 17, so you take 8 damage, and then you get your third attack.
And then third attack.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's definitely a
Uh,
miss. You want to try to use bardic inspiration?
6. 17.
14.
No, you miss. Inspired or no? Yeah,
You can't hit them all.
It's that crit, right? Like he just drives the sword into you and like shoves you against the thing, and you're bashing away at him, and he knocks your hand aside. Even though you can hear Calamot shouting, like you can do it. He's still going on you. Ramus, anything you want to do?
I want to see if there's any structural weakness in the roofing that like one good hit would make it collapse onto the orcs.
Yeah, there's actually no roof. The roof has been removed or it collapsed a long time ago. There's just empty sky above, and then the cursed like fake sun.
Okay, I'll just move closer to Calamot.
Okay, sure, go ahead and move. Yoji, you continue to. Can you make an athletics check, Yoji, just for like climbing?
These are always good. Hey, I didn't lie.
Yeah,
17.
you're fine. That was a great roll. Okay. All right, Berg. Here comes the sword and bite and sword. So great sword for a grazing attack. You take 3 damage. Sorry, you take 4 damage.
Wow, that's 2 1s on the 1d6. Yeah.
Yeah, you're lucky. And then a bite, which is a miss. So you're squirming away from him.
Yeah.
Kalimat, your turn.
All right, I'm gonna move. Just oops. Hold on. Just over here so I can get just stay on him, stay close.
Yep.
And I'm gonna do the bardic inspiration again, and this time I'm going to shout at Berg that there's a piece of he drops his arm when he like
Right.
swings at you and shit like that. Like give him like a tip, like he's weak on the left side.
You could have been a contender, Berg.
Yeah, very Mickey of me. Yeah, to give him bardic inspiration. So you got another one.
Bergie. Come on.
And remind me, I have 2 more of those to do because it's charisma modifiers. So I have 4 per day.
Okay. All right. Berg, it is your turn. You
All
think back to all those times that Kalimat rode after you on a bicycle as
Yeah.
you ran through the
You're running in a pink jogging suit.
Yeah.
All right, first attack. Pretty good. Yes.
Nice.
Um,
20 more
psychic.
damage. 5 psychic.
All right.
And
So
again, 5 psychic.
5 psychic. Okay.
Second attack. Not so much psychic there, but 17 total, 1 psychic.
Okay. He's gonna use his counter attack on this one.
Fucking hates counterattack.
Hits you for 10. Down to 5.
Was it 12 because of rage?
Was it 6?
Yeah, 12. So down to 6. Yep.
Yep.
How's he looking, by the way?
It's looking pretty even actually. Looking at your comparative hit point totals, like you're both wearing each other down at pretty. He started with a lot more hit points than you, and so you're like, yeah, it's good. You're pretty comparable. Both of you are pretty fucked up, right? You're both within like about a third of your total.
Yeah. Okay. Third and
There's a lot
final.
of blood splattered. There's about a lot of blood splattered around, and yeah, third and final. Go for it. Yeah, there's a good one.
With that too, like let's say maybe his reaction, the slash that he gets is like really starting to piss Berg off, and he's just like comes back with a counter. He's just and then
All right.
goes.
Big damage.
Big damage, Berg. Big damage, Berg.
It's pretty good.
Ooh. All right, so 16, 18. You get to roll another weapon dice. Roll another d10.
So he's at 24 with
another
6
d8.
psychic.
Sorry.
Roll another 1d8.
Yep.
Okay, great
Okay.
roll there.
So
26 with
10 and
8.
10.
Yeah.
20 bludgeoning,
Yeah. 6 psychic.
and then another 6 psychic. Cool. Yeah. So you smash into him with all the force of your rage, and he staggers back. Yeah, you hear like he's got like subdermal like plating or something, and you feel it crunch when you hit him.
Nice.
Cool. Okay. So, Ramus.
Seeing that he took this massive hit, I start going, yes, sleep, you fool.
Ooh boy. Okay, I'm gonna make an Arcana check for the people who
Oh,
are watching
God.
this.
Good luck.
Oh shit.
That's a good luck to Ramus. I hope they roll bad.
Hey, they can't have that much Arcana. They're stupid ass orcs.
Well, they have like a shaman.
Out of
right?
character.
So-
In character. Yay, orcs.
Yeah, boy, those orcs are dumb and stupid, and nobody likes them. Let me see.
I mean, Berg has no idea what he's doing.
Yeah. Okay, yeah. So I think plus 1. Okay. And what's your spell DC normally, Ramus?
17.
All right, your cheating goes unnoticed.
Thank Christ.
This orc gets to make a save, but he's got advantage on the save, and it is a Wisdom saving throw.
Yep.
Oh.
Ooh,
Crit save.
Advantage.
passed.
So got a 19. Okay, so you You hear Berg, you hear through the haze of your rage, you hear Ramus shout something, and the orc like blinks a couple of times and shakes his head and it's like and like
Do I get a
shakes
reaction
off
out of
what
that in
was
that
going
moment
on.
of vulnerability?
No, you get nothing. Ramus tried to cheat for you and it didn't
Danger
work.
sense. I'm
Yes,
wearing
it's
the shirt.
dangerous. All right, so your opponent Urag gets to go. He recovers his reaction. He gets a great sword attack, and he misses. He gets a bite attack, and he also misses. So there you go. There's the thing. He's like a little staggered. You're able to defend yourself as he comes in to swing in on you. Kalimat, you wanna give advantage to Berg?
Yep, I do. It's just like, it's time, Berg. Go in for the kill. Everything you got.
All right.
Do it, Berg.
Okay, first attack.
27.
Yep, 27. So 16.
19
And
total. 3
three.
psychic.
Yep. Okay.
Second attack.
Oh,
Nice.
Yes.
Nice. Okay.
Bolstered by Kalimat's, words. He's just like digging deep, throwing that hammer down. All right, damage. Yes.
oh,
Nice.
shit.
Yes.
That's good damage.
All right. So 20 damage.
28
from
with 8
the
psychic.
bludgeoning. All right. So here's the thing. So you take the hammer, and again you feel like rage flowing through you. He seems dazed. You swing the hammer down, and it hits him right where like his neck and his shoulder like meet right here on the collarbone. You bring it down, and you crash the hammer in hard. You can feel his clavicle break, and he drops to one knee, but he does not die. He should be dead, but he is not. Instead, he roars at you like, "How dare you kill me!" And he throws the hammer aside and tries to ram the greatsword into your chest. So he's gonna do that.
Did you factor in that extra 3?
Yeah, you killed him. Yeah, you killed him, but he has a thing.
Okay, so he's a cheater.
He hits you.
No, he doesn't.
And
Oh, he's got
and you
advantage.
take- oh no, you have. Yeah, that's right. You
He's
have
got
18.
18.
So
He's
you have
got
18. Yeah, it just barely misses. Then so you like move it aside. The sword slashes off the pillar, and then he's back up on his knees.
Oh,
and
the
like,
racial, yeah.
right on top of you, and
Gotcha,
roaring
gotcha,
and
gotcha.
swinging at you.
For a second, I was like, he's not cheating. He's just an orc. Okay.
Yeah, that's right. Exactly.
Took me a sec to realize. Not used to fighting people that have that.
And you get your
All right.
you get your third attack. If you can make it.
All right,
stick.
third and final, hopefully, attack.
Oh,
right.
man.
Ooh,
I don't
nope.
even think
Okay,
the
so,
D6
yeah, he
isn't going to help.
He drives you back a little bit, lunges at you, and you have to step back, and so you're out of range on your last attack. You swing past.
Yep. Okay.
Okay. Ramus the cheater Krill. Do you want to try and cheat again?
I'm going to leave the arena.
You're like, I'm gonna go. I'm not. We're gonna
Leave.
We're gonna just go. Okay. All right. Good. Ramus leaves. Abandoned in my moment of glory. All right.
In the
Yoji,
direction
you
of
were.
Combatants.
Yeah. So you're up on one of the roofs now, looking down. You're in the bad seats, staring down at the battle from up above, Yoji.
Okay.
All right. Is there anything you want to do, or you?
Are there a bunch
you
of people
see
around
Ramus?
me?
You see Ramus leave from the other side of the. Like you see his little figure just like.
Are there a bunch of people around me?
No, they're all down. Like you've left the arena, and everybody is in the arena right now.
Okay. I draw my bow and hold action with a shot queued up.
What do you do?
I don't know. I don't.
Well,
Well, I don't know if I want to take the shot, but it's aimed at Berg. So I just draw the bow, aim it at Berg, and I just kind of sit there.
okay. All right. So there isn't like a trigger. You're just kind of like thinking about it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Perfect. All right. Great sword attack on Berg. Roar. Yeah. Miss. Okay.
Miss.
And he tries to bite you. And he misses.
Oh,
You
miss.
got him on the
Jeez, this
ropes.
guy's missed
So
everywhere.
he's just
You got him on the ropes, Berg.
Yep.
All right. Kalimat?
Oh, I'm sorry. I already rolled, so that doesn't.
You're
Never
just
mind.
like,
That
"I'm gonna
doesn't
kill him."
count.
Yeah,
Does it
you can,
count?
you can add the 6 to that, or the
Yeah.
D6.
That does
But-
count, but you can roll the.
Sure, I knew you were going to say that anyways, but there you
Hey,
go.
Hey, you hit him. So you wouldn't have hit him except for the power of friendship.
Yep.
Pretend.
What
1
is
second.
what does that look like? This time you do kill him. Describe to me the way in which you dispatch Urag of the Red Hand, breaker, the chain breaker. What does that look like?
Berg like grabs like as he's like kind of like woozy like that. Berg grabs him, looks up at the other orcs, and then takes the conduit and then holds it right up. There's gonna be echo in this, whatever. Holds it right up to his throat, and then just pushes past the throat and pops it off. And while he's doing so, he's and like holds it up.
Yeah,
It's
and
crazy.
everybody in the arena is like screaming. The sound is deafening. Like it's 200 Bergs, just like all roaring in battle fury. And suddenly, Kalimat, you get this like deep atavistic primal like prey feeling that like happens in your body. You're like, I gotta get out of here. You don't actually have to do anything, but like you feel a deep and powerful fear in the animal part of your brain, being suddenly surrounded by all of these like angry predators.
But
And
hold
yeah, the
on.
body-
But they're cheering. They're cheering, or are they hating it?
No, well, they're not. They're neither. It's just pure rage. Like they're not. They're going along with Berg.
Yeah.
So this isn't like a.
And
Remember, this
then-
isn't a sporting. This isn't a sporting event. Like when you were cheering by yourself, and when you were like cheering Berg on, you were doing it alone. They are just here to see what happens. And so this is a shout of like deep fury, and not one of like, yay, someone won, or like, yay, someone lost. They're not angry. They're it's rage. It's the cry of battle, right? Wolves howling to the moon, exactly.
Sure. And
yeah,
then
and so you're
I
just
will-
surrounded by this.
I will use that fear,
Mhm.
and I will bellow at the top with my thunderous voice.
Yeah, you got good lungs too.
Just use my breath weapon and just.
Yeah, that's awesome. It's just like a crash of thunder, along with the rage. And if before they saw you as Berg's like pretty handmaiden or whatever, now there's some respect there where they're like, wow, like you got some orcish lungs on you, friend. And so yeah, there's this cry of rage and anger that goes up from the crowd of orcs. Not anger at what's happened, but just like general anger at the world that they've been forced to suffer through as Urag, Breaker of Chains, crumbles to the ground, squirting his black blood into the sand. And we like fade out on that scene, and I think probably that's a good place to end it. Like we could go a little further, but I think that's a great like climactic moment.
We ain't getting any better cliffhanger than that.
Yeah. Yeah. So on the great primal scream of the orc clan of the Red Hand, we fade out on the episode.
Cool.
Cool. Good work.
Yeah.
That did it.
Pumped.
Was a great game.
Yeah, that was fun. Super fun. Well, cool. Let's do some shout outs and go record that post show. Max, why don't you start us off with some shout outs?
Where to begin? No, that was a crazy episode. I hope you guys enjoyed it. That's not the first time. Obviously, we've had a lot of that kind of stuff happen before. Crazy Berg epic action. It's nice to see that he survived again. I'm very happy. I mean, I had a feel it's Berg, right? It's Berg, but those rolls, those psychic damage, that was so much. I'm going to talk about it more in the post show. I'm just kind of, yeah, I'm GassyMexican. If you guys are interested in me and what I do, I'm a variety caster here on Twitch, and I also make YouTube content in the same way. I'll probably be casting a little bit after this. Going to check out Space Hulk Deathwing, which is apparently like Vermintide with Space Marines and scarier. But yeah, good show. Thanks to everybody. Of course, to Adam for putting this whole thing together, creating an epic fight for Berg and for the rest of the cast to contribute to and do all the stuff they do. And thanks to the other cast members for just being on. And I'm not going to say all your names because I'm going too long on this. See you guys next episode.
Any complaints, Max?
I thought Max's outro was particularly eloquent today. Nicely done, Max. Sounded like you were a real professional.
Mr. DansGaming, do some shout outs, please.
Another great episode. I'm glad we're. It was so cool to have like a orc gladiator type episode. It was really cool to see the arena and stuff and the one-on-one fight for once. So I can't wait to see what happens next week now that Berg is confirmed God to these people. Thanks for having me on the show. I'm DansGaming. I'm currently playing Vampires Masquerade Bloodline. I'll be continuing that tomorrow. It's a fun older game. I'm live every day at 9 a.m. Pacific.
Cool stuff. And you'll be playing Detroit 2 Human on
To Detroit, human.
yeah, on Thursday, right? Thursday night?
Thursday night.
Yeah, cool. Zeke, do some shout outs, sir.
Yo, thank you guys very much for tuning in today. What a fun episode, and it's just ramping up, and I'm loving it. The arena, everything was so cool. We'll talk about the post show, but thank you to Adam, Dan, Max, and JP for joining me and letting me be a part of this. It's like I said, it's the highlight of my week. You can catch me on Twitch, Twitter, and YouTube, all the same. Ezekiel_III. I will be on after Drop Frames tomorrow. With we're gonna play some more Far Cry. Montana boys are back. Me and Deep are gonna do some Far Cry tomorrow after Drop Frames. That's 2 p.m. Pacific. But then, but usually I broadcast at noon Pacific every day, except the days that I'm here doing this stuff. So thank you. That's all I got.
Cool. Adam, some shout outs, and we'll do goals and XP before we wrap
That's
it up.
me. I'm Adam. Hi. Hello. I'm the dungeon master of this madness. Thank you so much for coming and watching, everybody. I'm going to make a Q&A thread. We'll put it up on community.itmeJP.com, where we hang out after the show and Q&A about things. So if you have questions about the episode or how it worked, please feel free to pop over there and ask. I'll post that in the chat, and I'll post it on Twitter after we're done. You can follow me on Twitter at skinnyghost, or find me at twitch.tv/AdamKoble, where lately I've just been doing like a lot of behind the scenes stuff for the various campaigns that I'm running. I did some Court of Swords behind the scenes stuff today. We're doing a pre-show for Far Verona tomorrow. And then, of course, make sure to pop in here after Drop Frames for another live episode of Far Verona, which is our sci-fi game. So, lots of cool stuff to see. Go check it out. You want some experience, everybody? Do we hang out some experience?
Let's do it.
Yeah.
Let's do it. Okay. So for goals today, Berg worked towards finding out why bad things happen to you. You work towards.
I don't know.
You don't know yet.
Doesn't
No.
know
There's
Adam,
a specific. I mean, it could be right.
No,
we'll
no.
talk about that. I mean, that one you may well resolve soon. So you work towards that one. You work towards gaining proficiency and understanding of the lava arm. You tried. And then you succeeded at finding more about the orc cult. Look at this. You hit all your goals today. So 50 times your level, and then 50 times your level again. And then for the finding out more about the orc cult, the cult of Ilnaval, you get where's my RollPlay book thing? What level are you? 8?
8.
Another 1800, another 1800.
Did you level up?
Nice. What was that
We're
for?
getting close.
The orc one, right? The orc cult.
Yeah, so you got
Roll for me.
400,
got
400, and then
800.
1800.
Yeah.
2600.
It's got 2600.
Nice.
You got to be close to level, don't you, Max?
I'm calculating right. I am at 46,460 of 48,000.
Yeah, so you are pretty close.
Pretty close.
Cool. Okay. So you'll need another goal to fill in that space. Ramus, you found out why the orcs are worshiping Berg.
Mm-hmm.
So you are level 9 now.
Yep.
Okay, so you're gonna get that one 2,200 experience.
Okay.
2,200 for that one. And then you'll get another 450 for working towards finding the entrance to the Devil's Vault, because the orcs know it, and that's why you're here.
Okay.
All right. Kalimat, do you feel like you got learn more about Yoji's motivation? Feel like you resolved that one?
Yeah,
I do,
I would
yeah.
say so as well.
I think so. Yep. You're level what?
7.
So for that one, you get 1,500 experience. No, wait,
Okay.
sorry, 700 experience, because that was easy. Just a conversation with other PCs. So you get 700 experience for that one. And then for your other 2, you work towards getting the key, so 50 times your level. And then you also found out why the orcs are worshiping Berg. So you'll get that one I set as medium, so that one you get 1,500 for.
Cool. That is, let's see, 2550.
Very nice.
Not
XP
bad.
for everybody this time. And you have 2. You're gonna get 2 new goals next time. Okay. Yoji, you worked towards your secret one.
Okay.
And you work towards your learning one. So that's 2 that are 50 times your level. Party, do you trust Yoji for now? Did Yoji earn the trust of the party?
He hasn't like done any. He didn't do anything like to earn the trust today. Because we didn't get like a battle or anything.
Worked towards it, but didn't achieve it.
Yeah.
That's fine with me.
So 50 times your level 3 times. Yoji.
It's 1050, right?
You worked on all your goals, but didn't resolve any of them.
Yeah, 1050, I think. Cool.
Okay, good stuff, everybody.
All right. Let's call this a show and go do that post show. That first VOD's real fucked up, chat. So I'm gonna do my best to make sure that gets out tomorrow, but it might not. It's gonna be kind of a weird VOD. So I'll look into that and we'll see where we're at. And I'll give you guys an update on Twitter. Drop frames tomorrow, like we said. Far Verona right after that, and then I guess we'll be back next Tuesday. I think everyone's here. We will be taking E3 week off, but that's not till June the 12th. There will be no show. Maybe towards the end of that week, potentially, if people aren't traveling and stuff like that, but we'll see.
Speaking of that, I have been confirmed. I will be hosting E3 for Twitch.
Nice. Okay, cool.
Nice.
Yeah. A lot of that then we'll probably have to do with when Zeke gets back from that, because E3 usually runs till Thursday or Friday. So maybe we'll do a weekend show. Not too sure. That's it, though. Thanks, everyone, so much for watching. We're going to record that post show. If you want to watch it, it's patreon.com/roleplay. We'll get that posted probably in the next 45 minutes to an hour because we got to record it and I got to upload it and all that stuff. So that's it. Go post questions and comments in the community thread, and we'll see you guys next week. Bye-bye.